The dark truth of churches selling blessings.
We are not asking you to give so the church can be blessed. We're asking you to give so you can be blessed.
Miracles. And prosperity.
I know you love the Lord, so you qualify for prosperity.
This is the sour reality of how some churches are using religion to exploit their followers. In recent years, there has been a disturbing trend of religious organizations exploiting the faith of their congregation for financial gain.
Pastor Creflo Dollar asked his followers to buy him a $65 million private jet.
These practices not only goes against the core teaching of most religions, but also preys on the vulnerable and desperate. I grew up as a Christian, specifically a Jehovah's Witness. Yep, those guys that go around from door to door, preaching and distributing their books, such as The Watchtower and Awake. They are well known for rejecting blood transfusion, even in life-threatening medical situations. But as I grew older and started visiting other churches or denominations to understand Christianity, I saw how some of those churches focus on prophecy, miracles, and prosperity. Some place huge emphasis on tithing.
If you're accustomed of giving $10, go to 20. Go up to 70, 80, 100. Raise that amount.
And others focus on donations and offerings.
A Louisiana pastor who has defied restrictions on holding gatherings of 10 or more or religious services is now asking you to donate your stimulus check.
And even more ways to make money for some by selling holy products like holy oil and holy water.
Do you need a miracle? Real people with real needs are receiving real life-changing miracles when they use the miracle spring water.
They make their congregations to believe that by buying these products, God will grant them some kind of favor, like a job, more financial gains, or an opportunity to travel. Most of the pastors have forgotten the teachings of the Bible and are solely focused on making money. Some use the church to buy private jets to support their lavish lifestyle. Take for example this pastor from the United States, Kidney Copeland, who believes flying commercials is like flying with demons. Most of these pastors are taking the scriptures out of context to enrich themselves.
You fly in a private plane.
Yes, I do.
You're staying right now in one of the fanciest hotels in New York City.
Yes, I am.
You wear very
clothes.
nice clothing. So
some of the most common acts in miracle-driven churches are performing miracles like making the blind to see, the crippled to walk, and the deaf to hear. Are these actual miracles or just an ad for display? Take for example this pastor who claims that by dribbling church members, they will be cured of any illness and financial miracles will happen in their life. And this pastor said he walks in a heavenly office where he approves the wishes of members of his congregations using a specific stamp that God has given him. These churches frequently target people who are struggling with issues like illness, financial difficulties, or personal crisis. They are promised miraculous cure, financial prosperity, or guaranteed entry into heaven in exchange for donations or purchases of religious items. These promises are not only dishonest but also dangerous, as they can lead people to neglect legitimate medical treatment or make poor financial decisions based on false hope. Sometimes it's hard to believe some of these things, but they do actually happen and people fall for them. We live in a world where it doesn't matter what you do, there will always be people who will follow. One person that comes to mind when it comes to miracle preaching is Benny Hinn. He is well known for what he calls the Miracle Crusade. Hinn claims to perform miracles and he will bring on stage all sorts of people with different illnesses and claim to heal them. By just waving his clothes and with a touch of his hand, they will feel the power of God and fall on the floor. Benny Hinn isn't the only one who does this. In fact, it is very common practice in miracle-driven churches. Quakes, a Nigerian pastor.
The man of God continues to minister to Mr. Yari as he is led by God's Spirit, transferring the miracle power of God into his body.
This brings us to the next form of churches selling salvation, the prosperity gospel preaching. These are churches that teach their followers that God's will is for people to be blessed with material riches and physical well-being in this life. It views the Bible as a contract between God and humans and says that if believers have faith in God and donate to the church, God will deliver wealth, health, prosperity, and security. This leads us to the idea of sowing seed, the use of tithing to buy salvation.
I want you to go to the phone or online and sow a seed. Now remember,
somebody's son is going to be set free from alcohol because of your $1,000 seed.
And I'm going to ask you to sow an exceptional and uncommon seed of $1,000.
And click on that donation button to sow $1,144.
So God is giving you the harvest, and the harvest of the seed you've sown. You can't expect a harvest if you don't sow seed.
The initial concept of tithing was to give 1/10 of what you earn to a religious organization. Most churches rely on the tithes of their congregation to continue the operation of the church. However, tithing through the teaching of prosperity gospel churches is completely different. To them, it is buying your salvation or your place in the kingdom of God.
Tithing lays the foundation for financial success and abundance.
Tithing is the way for recession or depression to bypass you.
Here, Stephanie from Maryland writes, I sent in my first fruits offering. 2 weeks later, I received, watch this, $2,400.
One of the prosperity gospel preachers is this Nigerian pastor called David Oyedepo. He is said to be worth over $150 million.
We are not asking you to give so the church can be blessed. We're asking you to give so you can be blessed. Some fellow said, okay, I was worth $150 million. I said, that's an insult. $150 million, that's an insult. $150 million, too small.
As if we haven't had enough, this pastor wants to start selling cannabis, also known as weed, in church.
Pastor Jamal Bryant says he's thinking about launching a cannabis business at his church.
What actually is going on here? Do these people actually know what they are doing? Sometimes the exploitation is clear. You don't need an equation to understand what's going on. Religion should serve as an instrument that brings people of similar faiths and beliefs together in harmony to help uplift their community. It should not be used as a medium to exploit people. Being part of a community is a great thing, but sometimes these communities can be used to exploit their members. It is my wish that you see salvation and blessings not as something that you can buy with money in the church, but as a reward you get from God through your good deeds. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more contents like this. And as always, you can leave your thoughts and questions in the comment below. Until then, see you next time.